All right. United Shuffle Alley from 1949. Throw a dime in here. Get it rolling. Reset your score. Gives you your puck. Then you get 10 frames of normal regulation bowling. That wasn't the strike zone. You got the strike zone on the left and right. Oh, that was too far inwards. Also, my 8 pins that I got, now I'm on frame 2. Oh, just missed one. Get this, I got the spare, which I can't do on video. Counts up my points. Alright. Redemption here. There we go. Throws a spare up there. It doesn't count the points yet because, like regulation bowling, it's waiting for me to actually score to see what my spare will be worth besides 10. So my spare is worth 10 plus 6 there. Gave me like 6 there. I promise I usually do better than this. Come on, another spare. There we are. Now let's see if we can make the spare worth the strike. Goodness gracious. Normally when I film my own videos, if I have a bad game like this, I'll re-film it and not even upload the poor attempt because I want you to be able to actually see it. Oh, come on. A little too far inwards. Missed the 10 pin. It is like regular bowling too, so if you go barely miss the strike, you're usually leaving the 7 and 10. There's a strike. Now my spare is a strike. Counted up my points. Another strike, so I got double there. I'm on the 10th frame. Oh, I need to spare it to get my extra shot though. I'm starting to count up my strikes. Oh, I just missed it by 1, so don't get an extra shot. Counts up my points. I've got 129 because those are the numbers that are lit. It's only a 1-player game. There's not multiple people playing. Hello. Hi. So, comes with the Sun Glow Champion Shuffleboard products. A little bit of wear on the front end. Should say bowl 10 frames for 10 cents. Scores exactly like bowling on it. There's our scoreboard for, I'm currently in the lead, or 175. Still haven't had a game to break 200. It's pretty tough. Or I'm just bad at bowling. Alright. Where did I put my flathead screwdriver? Oh dear. Did you just move it off there?
No.
Alright, I'll find something. Oh, there it is. Sweet. So, I've got the old turn the flathead to open the front door lock. It's just 2 contact points that make when this switch makes. Probably one of the weirdest old switches I've ever seen. Moves a little Bakelite board with a contact point to connect when a dime falls through. Got the original cash box in it too, shockingly. Yeah, once these actually I'll make the connection when I've got the board flipped up. So let's flip the board up. We can see what's inside. This does lock on the side too, but thankfully it wasn't locked when I bought it, so I didn't need to drill out the lock or anything to flip it up right. Gotta go really slowly to not dump all that dust everywhere. So it's relatively simple on the inside. It's an old single-player ball bowler. Oh, look, you can see the outline of all where all the sun glow fell from every single rollover wire. Holy crud. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, as soon as you put a dime in, trips the start relay right here. And I'll just strip it by hand there. Resets. That was a quick reset. I think my score ended in 9, so it just pulls the 1 to 9 step up once. You got your 1 to 9 step up relay. You got your 10 to 300 step up relay. And you can point the camera right over here so they can see all the relay labels. Thankfully, these are the labels that are inside. I can take it here. So you've got relay first shot, relay second shot, strike, strike spare, spare, strike miss, 1 to 9 step up, and 10 to 300 step up. And that's really all the standard relays in the game. Of course, you got your bell, you got your overly sensitive vibration switch that trips the game over relay when it closes. You'll probably have to open this pretty far because just the power of that trip bank resetting really vibrates this machine. So otherwise, got your start coil 1, 2-8, 3-9, 4, 4-7-8, 5, 5-8-9, 6, 6-8-9, 7, 10, number 5 pin switches, the 1 through 10 that energizes when you've got all the pins knocked down, and game over. So what was great is also had the schematics in here. Here's the paper that shows you exactly what all of the rollover switches do. And it is impossible to get pick up a split on this machine, except if you need to throw the 2 into the 6 or the 3 into the 4. Those are the only splits you can pick up, and in order to pick them up, you need your puck to roll over both this rollover and this one, because that hits the side of the 2 there and then sends it into the 6, and the same for the 3 into the 4. But yeah, if you get a 7-10 split or like a 7-4-10 or a 6-10-7, you know, there's no throwing the 4 all the way into there or throwing the 7 all the way into the 10 like they have on the later ball bowlers. So you're just kind of out of luck if that ever happens. You've got 2 separate motors in this game. You've got the relay control motor with the switch that operates the motor up there. And it looks like, yeah, the first time it operates, it energizes the, what is that, the first shot relay. And then the second time it operates the scoring motor to count up, you know, all the pins you happen to knock down at that point, and then reset the bank and start all over again. Thankfully, it's also got all the labels for what every single switch does. I'm not going to read them all out. I'm hoping it'll just focus good enough, and then you can see it on the video itself. Maybe if I tap the screen. Yeah, that helps a little. And of course, you've got this one over here. Let me get my phone flashlight out, and yeah, that helps a lot. Yeah, as soon as I was fixing everything, I had 2 problems as soon as I was done fixing everything. This common wire fell off right here that gives power to all these relays. Had to solder that guy back on. And as I was fixing it, this common wire also broke off of the relay control motor. But yeah, another thing is the 1 to 9 step-up relay and the 10 to 300 step-up relay. You're going to want to adjust these to where I pulled the spring out to give it extra spring tension to pull it back up. And you also want to adjust it so the point barely closes at the end. Reason being is they made this motor spin so fast back when this thing was made. So here I'll lose the puck. I think it's waiting for me to get a pin maybe. Let me try that now. Yeah, I might have gotten in a weird state. Let me just hit the start button. All right, now it's waiting for me to lose a puck. Now that should trigger the game over to prevent, even has a little piece of paper. Switch operates game over relay to prevent cheating when plug is pulled. So, no cheating. Yeah, let me knock down some pins here. Let me hit 1, this one, this one, this one. I think this is a strike if I hit this one. Oh, no, that's not a strike. It's almost all of them. Which one am I missing? This one. Yeah, that one all the way. So now that's a strike. So now I should roll over this and get a strike. Man, it really doesn't like when the machine's up. And when I'm messing with it too, of course. Oh, it's because I had the relay motor in the wrong position. Yeah, it just registered the strike right there. So, gotcha. But yeah, they have the score motor spinning so fast in this game. Those rivets trigger the 1 to 9 to step up. So if you have a lot of pins, like 1, 2, and 8, 4, 7, 8, 5, 8, 9, and then like 6. If you have to score 8 points, every time that switch passes that rivet, it has to pulse this in rapid succession. And if you don't have this opened up as far as it can go and going back as quick as it can go, you're going to miss out on a couple single points there. Same for the 10 to 300 relay. I want to open this further than it is right now because I've got a feeling it might be skipping out on a 10 point every now and then, but I'll do that right after my video is done. Other than that, the only real important things about this machine is the glass on this game to take this out and change all the bulbs. From the factory, it comes out of the top and just lifts all the way up. That's the way you still have to get it out, but you really shouldn't do that. You really should take this screw, and the other 2 screws out to move the light box out. So then you can lift this up without it scraping on the light board panel. Because you can see someone did that in the past here, and it kind of scraped up the 2, up the 8, up here, up the 40, just because that's the way the game was made. And most people aren't taking the entire light box panel out just to take this back glass off. But if you don't do that, you're going to ruin your glass. So be very cautious when doing that. And then the other thing is this panel, the one with the bowling pins on it, unplugs with this Jones plug. Real nice and easy down there. And it says even in the service manual as well, this one here, let me just flip through this so you guys can see all the stuff that's in here. Shockingly, all the paperwork is still in this thing. There we are. There we go. As it mentions in this service manual that you want to adjust that rollover switch that the puck hits on its way out to be as close as possible. This switch down here, because this triggers the relay control motor. You want to adjust that to be as close as possible, so it doesn't miss its pulse. It can at least run long enough for this motor switch to close, and then it can complete its cycle. Last thing is the schematics, of course. These schematics have been through the ringer, but hey, it's probably one of the only copies left in existence, so it's about as good as it gets. Just gonna go slowly through them. So like you even get a little diagram of all the pins and the playfield switches, but they don't actually tell you what they do without having that other piece of paper that tells you all the specifics. And of course, I also, besides cleaning all the rollover switches, I also adjust them, about as close as they can possibly be without accidentally vibrating together. Should say lastly, let me undo the hinge here and put the playfield back down. My flathead screwdriver's in there. I'll have to grab that later. I'm just gonna hold this while I put it down because it's ridiculously heavy. Then yeah, if you need to take this board with all the pins out, it's just this screw and this screw. You fold it up and then pop this board out, and then this whole thing slides. This whole board slides out and unplugs with that Jones plug, and that way you can change all the lights in these bowling pins. And I have never seen another one that has all 10 bowling pins and none of them are broken. So, I mean, you can 3D print these any day of the week, but, you know, of course, all the ancient plastic that has this beautiful marbling effect, you're not able to recreate that in a 3D printer. So it's wonderful that this one still has all 10 original pins. I might slide it back a little ways, that way I can at least show the back of the machine. So let's slide it real quick. There, that should be plenty of space. Beautiful cabinet art on this unit too. Very nice. And then on the back of the machine, it's relatively simple. You've got your transformer, you've got 2 Jones plugs coming up from the head. You do have the line cord coming straight into the head. It still needs to be threaded out here, which is a little stupid, but 2 flathead bolts to hold the head in. So if you do need to take the head off of these, you just take 2 bolts out and then unplug the cords, and should lift right up and off. Of course, the power cord still stays with it. You've got the strike spare step up unit, so that steps up when you get a strike. And that'll also step up the frame unit occasionally. You got your 1 to 9 step up unit that, here's your switches there. Switch operates frame step up unit and should operate at end of stroke with a maximum rub of 1/16 inch. So that one also is adjusted, you know, accordingly. This one says the same thing. Switch advances 10 to 300 step up unit every 10th impulse and should operate end of stroke, yada yada. So frame, that had to have been 10. So then now it should start counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Just like that. And this one, switch open circuit 1 to 9 step up unit to index it when game is reset. So this is one of those games that has like a 0 position below the 0 position. They did the old wood rails like this. So when this unit resets, it steps up once after it resets it because it needs to get this unit to 0. So like say this unit's at like 1 right now, and then this one resets. If it you know, if I was actually resetting it, it would be pulsing this unit constantly until it got to 0, and then on its step from 9 to 0, it gives it that 1 pulse to get this unit to its 0 position. So this is like, essentially, this is -10. There it is. Now that is 0, and now 1 more step up, that's 10 points, then 20 points, then 30, and then 40, and then 50, all the way up to 300. And lastly, you've got your frame step up unit with a switch. I don't know what it does on the bottom because the label's not there. Opens the top blade, makes the bottom blade. And they did this a lot on this game, which isn't a good system, where you'll notice this if you clean the trip bank on this game, where they have a fiber leaf, just the leaf, the fish paper. The fish paper is actually what pushes down on the lower switch to make the lower switch. They don't have like a nylon tip. There's no good ones I can show you here. They don't have a little plastic tip on the newer games that actually pushes the lower blade. It is just the fish paper that brushes from this blade to actually actuate it. So that fish paper, I've seen that actually get really easily rubbed through and just, you know, shorting out. So that's why I added that little piece of electrical tape around the fish paper to help protect it. Otherwise you just have your line fuse, bulb fuse, and coil fuse. Your normal line and a low line. This is one of those games where they had the high tap on the transformer actually on a Jones plug. So you don't want to do this even with the machine plugged in and turned off. You want to have this whole thing completely unplugged if you ever try and adjust this. So essentially normal line is what you want it plugged into. Low line is only if you have low line voltage in your house, which nobody should anymore. You know, a lot of times people put the pinball machines on high tap or, you know, the low line voltage setting so they get stronger flippers and stronger bumpers. But on this game where you've got multiple coils like the first and the second shot relay that stay on for extended periods of time, you really do not want to adjust this to low line under any circumstance unless it's absolutely necessary. Because, you know, you're not getting better playfield action and you're not getting stronger flippers by just switching it to high tap on this. You're just playing bowling. So yeah, because those strike zones here, you can see actually on the schematics here what it takes to get a strike. The puck has to roll over the 1, the 395, the 10 and the 7, and the 268. And that knocks out all 10 pins. Or the puck can roll over the 1, the 285, the 10-7, and the 394. That will knock out all 10 pins. Yeah, they're not operative on the spare shot if one is down. Bunch of crazy stuff that they were able to program into this with just relays and switches. But yeah, got this one fixed relatively fast. I think I'm gonna list it for sale and see if anyone wants a wonderful shuffle alley. I wonder if I can make the circuit with the puck. I really shouldn't. That would probably shock me. I'm probably pretty grounded. Here we go. Oh, come on. Yep. There we go. There's a strike. Yeah, play one more game on it, see if I can beat my old score. Oh, yeah, so this is the split you can pick up. You gotta go to the left of the 2 to pick this up. Oh, that was way to the right of the 2. I didn't even hit the 4 with it. Oh, come on. Yeah, like right there when it had to add 9, you saw how quickly it adds 9. So if you don't have those switches adjusted exactly perfectly, you're gonna miss out on some points. There's a strike there. Oh, almost had a double. Oh, a gutter ball. That didn't actually go all the way over. A lot of times you have a dowel with this game, or sometimes you'd also have like a broomstick. You stick under there to push the puck all the way if it doesn't make it, because it physically has to fall past where the pins end in order to actually start rolling back and return. Ooh, double strike. Got that last game. Almost there. Oh, almost out of turkey. Oh my gosh, I missed that too. All right, 108. Oh my gosh. All right, that's an easy spare. Easy spare. Oh my gosh. Bowling, they just say throw your strike ball. There we go. There's a strike on frame 10. Now I've got 3 shots. So now, and that's actually in the frame unit. So the frame unit doesn't actually have 10 different steps. It has, I think, step 11, 12, and 13. And that's to work for extra shots on the 10th frame. Ooh, perfect 10th frame. Turkey? There's no way. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, look at that. It just counted up 30 for my turkey on the 10th. Very nice. I think it counted up 30. Maybe I had 108. Yeah, I still need to adjust that 10 to 30 step up relay. The same as this one. You can see ever so slightly. Yeah, see, that one barely makes connection, and it pulls really far back. But this one, it wants to make as soon as I push it in, and it has a lot of wiping. So I want to bring that out, bend that out, and put more tension on it, and it should score properly. So, thanks for watching.